talking about who has hip hop's best catalog, albums, mixtapes, features in hip hop. Please just do me a favor, like the video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel Beermatic. I'm all things beer 510, and we are talking about rap catalogs. Very different than who's the best MC of all time, very different than who has the most sales, just very different and a little nuance. Who can win in the verses, very different. This is talking about MCs who have the best catalog. Now, first off the bat, just some criteria. Some MCs are eliminated. Biggie only has 2 albums, full albums, before he passed away. He can't be on this list. It's not who has the best albums, who has the best debut. It is about catalog, body of work, through a career. And so Biggie, he can't make it. Tupac, even though Tupac has a lot of albums, Tupac has, Strictly for My Niggas. He has, and now I'm blanking on his first album, but Strictly for My Niggas, Me Against the World, All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli, and then the first joint with Brenda's Got a Baby, though Tupacalypse Now. So those albums are 5 albums. Could he make the list? Of course, but let's be honest. Brenda's Got a Baby, great song. Trapped, great song. But if we're gonna be honest about that album, is subpar for him, for his catalog. Second album, Strictly, better album. He was getting better. He had some joints on there, but that's not where he really took off. Me Against the World is where Pac became Pac, with just amazing songs, Dear Mama, Temptations, and a whole bunch of other songs. Of course, we know All Eyes on Me, and we know Machiavelli. So I don't think he has the best, but he is an argument for maybe top 10 if we're talking about who has the best album runs, whether it's 3 album run, 4 album run. That's a different argument. But you're not gonna see Pac probably in my top 5 of catalogs. Group work, Ice Cube. So his work in NWA, his work in Westside Connection, and his solo work does count. But Andre 3000's work does not count, and I'll tell you why. Because he has a lot of great classic group albums, but no solo albums. So you have to have a solo album to have a rap catalog, or I'd be talking about MCs or group. This is MCs. So Black Thought, who has a great rap catalog as a group and has some good solo albums, but I don't think his talent level has matched his any of the Roots solo albums yet, and I don't think he has a classic under his belt. The Big Puns, the Big L's, they're not on this list. You're not going to see Eminem on this list. Eminem has Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, 2 great albums in my opinion. First album, really good album, I thought, but wasn't a classic. And then his albums after Eminem Show, been a great rhyming ability, but great catalog of music, I don't think so. So that leaves me with some people. So this is for us to debate. This is for us to talk about. Please leave a comment and tell me who has the best rap catalog in your opinion. We first we'll start with Lil Wayne. We'll start there. Lil Wayne, all his mixtape work, all his album work, the Carters, Carter 1, Carter 2, Carter 3, Carter 4, all great albums. I prefer Carter 2 and Carter 3 for mine, but he has a boatload of great albums, a lot of great mixtapes as well. The dedications all of that. To be fair, I'm gonna start this list with Lil Wayne at my number 5 as best catalog of music. As a rapper, and I'm not the biggest Lil Wayne fan, but just thinking about it, I put Lil Wayne at my number 5. Now I did have a list to go off of, but this is me really, and we're 5 minutes in already. This is me just going off of memory. I'm gonna say Lil Wayne is my number 5. Ice Cube is my number 4. Or Scarface is my number 4. Scarface is gonna make my number 4. Anyways, Scarface is my number 4. The work with the Ghetto Boys and his solo work is and his features. Scarface has one of the best catalogs. I really think Scarface is slept on when we talk about these lists, because to be honest, I think the South it was all influenced by him. If you are a rapper, like a rapper's rapper, not just from the South, but just speaking of the South, I think Scarface is the Rakim of the South. He is the guy who, there was music before him, but you start with Scarface and go after. As far as just MCs, you're anybody who you think is lyrical from the South, guarantee you Scarface was their influence. And so I put Scarface at number 4. If you do not know about Scarface, please do your homework. Mr. Untouchable, The Diary, Meet My Homies album, the Ghetto Boys albums, just amazing. The Fix, just his catalog is deep, and I can't think of any whack albums, and that's another thing. Like, and I'll get to it. I got to the who's eliminated, but you maybe can have one whack album, maybe 2, depending on how many albums you have. But Scarface definitely is in my top 4. So that's Lil Wayne, that's Scarface in the 5, in the 4 spot. Number 3 is going to be Ice Cube. Ice Cube, respected, not just a movie guy. Respected. Do your homework. Many of you know NWA first album. So those rhymes he wrote on there. We also going to talk about his other group album, which I think is a West Coast classic, West Side Connection, the Bow Down album, 96, 97, just the work that he did on there. A couple West Side Connection albums that he did really great work on later in his career, like almost a revival of Ice Cube. Then you look at America's Most, Death Certificate, The Predator. So those 3 albums, we talking about album runs. Ice Cube's on the run. If you want to talk about Kill at Will EP before America's Most, that's another one. So we talking about those albums. And then Lethal Injection, which I am not a big fan of, but he did have You Know How We Do and some hits in there. I don't think it was whack album. It's just not his first 3 and an NWA album, right? So that's Cube is on a 5 album run if you count the EP, where he's putting out amazing work. He has Lethal Injection, which was still a commercial success, and then he has the West Side Connection, and then he has the War and the Peace album, which We Be Clubbing was on there, and I think it was a good album. Not a great album, but not nothing horrible either. And I think Cube's the amazing work that he's done, plus the group work that he's done. He's number 3 for me. Number 2, Ghostface Killah. So remember what I said about group work. The man has Wu-Tang in his catalog. Solo album, Wu-Tang's first album, Wu-Tang's second album, all the Wu-Tang albums. Ghost is a major member of Wu-Tang. Only Built for Cuban Links. Ghost is a part of that album. Like, he's on the front cover. And then we're going to talk about Iron Man, Supreme Clientele, Fish, Big Doe Rehab, all his stuff. Matter of fact, you can't see it right now, but he got some Czarface meets Ghostface on there. His catalog is just, and you know, the reason why I did this video was because if you ever just want to put on artists and just play their whole catalog from front to back on shuffle or whatever you want to play it in order, these are artists I recommend. So we got Wayne 5, Face 4, Cube 3, Ghostface number 2. The body of work is long. The body of work is great. He has 2 solo classics, I think, in a group classic, and he's featured on another solo classic on the whole album. So he has 4 classics on his belt that he is a part of. Not too many can say that. Only a rare few. Number 1. Who maybe should have been the best MC of all time on Vibes list. Nas. Just look at the man's. He came in the door at Illmatic, and he has all these joints with Hit Boy. These King's Disease 1, 2, and 3, they've gotten better. King's Disease 2 was great. King's Disease 3 was amazing. He has Lost Tapes. He has Stillmatic. He had It Was Written. He has Godson. Classic, great albums. Nostradamus and the Kanye joint, I think, were his weakest. But if we look at his Streets Disciple and the I Am Hip Hop 4 mic albums, I'm rating the old Source joints, 4 mic albums. He has just the I Am. He has all the songs he has. The Firm album. People call it a flop commercially. Go back and listen to that album. That's a good album. The man has a catalog better than most. You know, and as I'm talking to y'all, I just forgot one MC because I put Lil Wayne at 5 and Face at 4 and Cube at 3. And I put Ghost at 2 and 1, and now folks are gonna kill me because I forgot about Jay. Oh man, well, you know what? Let's put Jay at 1B and Nas at 1A. Now that I'm saying this, Jay, and so now I have 6. I'm gonna have to rearrange my list because I totally forgot about Jay. Jay is 2. I think Jay is 3. Jay or Ghost, and by the time I edit this video, I'll think about it. But Jay's on that list. Everything Jay has done. Anyways, just you know what? I'm gonna go Nas 1, Jay, Ghost 2, Jay 3, Cube 4, Face 5, Wayne 6. Tell me what you think about that. And then we can put Redman in there with his work with Method Man on the Blackout First album. Blackout 2 was a good album. Blackout First album is a damn near classic because it's great. His Def Squad work, and then his Muddy Waters, Doc's the Name, There's a Dark Side, and his first solo album, which is a classic also. Redman is definitely in the top 10 for catalogs. And then we talking about Busta Rhymes, who really doesn't have a classic, in my opinion, but has a lot of good to great albums, nonetheless. And then Common, who has B, and who has Resurrection, and has Like Water for Chocolate, and I feel Common should be in the top 10, barring Electric Circus. So, tell me what you think. Nas, Jay, or Nas, Ghost, Jay, Cube, and then Face, and then Wayne. That's mine, and a few to round out. So, long-winded video. Sorry for it being so long. Tell me what you guys think about best catalog of rappers out there. Please tell me what you think. Until then, till next time, salute, take care, peace.